So as you can imagine, there was a big presence of Spectra 6 at CES this year. A lot of manufacturers and a lot of companies demoing their new products. So I'll get into that later in the video, but first I want to talk about the more novelty items. I did get to talk to a lot of the E Ink Spectra manufacturers and even got some interviews with them. So I'll add those into this video as they're applicable. Starting off at CES Unveiled, that is the Sunday media show where some of the newest tech is shown. I did talk to Fraimic, which I'll mention a little later. I did a whole video on that, so you can check that out here. But there was another company there that caught my eye that I had gotten ads for on Instagram called Durobo, and I think they make a product called the Krono. It has a little dial on the side and the back is a little raised, but it's basically a dedicated e-reader, kind of like these pocket style ones, like the Big Me or the VWoods reader here. It's about this size, so I'm imagining it's using the same panel. I found it interesting, but it's kind of advertised as an e-reader, but also a music player. It doesn't have a 3.5 jack, so I feel like if you're dedicating yourself towards partially being a music player, that's one thing that could have been there. And I don't think they support FLAC files.
You can listen to music. It has a speaker here.
Do you know, for the music, what sort of formats it supports? Like, is there high-res audio, or is it MP3s, or?
I think it's the MP3, right? The music. Yeah, MP3.
Okay. Nice. It's not really like a DAP, like a digital audio player in that sense. I think it's more just can play music, but so can these. So I don't probably think I'll be reviewing one because I don't think it would offer much more than something like this. But it was a cool little product, and I did like the form factor and the scroll wheel.
You long click this, you just start recording.
Oh, okay.
Like from anywhere, basically.
Yeah, so any part of the phone, you just hold that and then you're recording.
Yeah.
So it's like an e-reader, but it's also kind of a pocket recorder.
Exactly.
In some senses. Okay. But it doesn't seem like they have any tech like BSR, so I don't know if the scrolling is the smoothest experience on it. Personally, I would have liked to see it lean in more on the music side and also be an e-reader. And then in one of the wings on the main days, I saw Cuneflow and Hanvon. They were situated right next to each other, which makes me think that they have a similar parent company or manufacturer for their screens. Penstar has some new products there. You know, they started out with just being the buttons and then not having touch support. Now they do have touch support. I feel like they're kind of going where the market trended, but I didn't really spend too much time at their booth. But then Cuneflow was interesting. They actually reached out to me on Reddit to see if I want to review one, and I'm still up in the air if that's something I'd use in my workflow. To me, it seems a lot like the VWoods AI Paper Mini, just kind of in different colorways. I didn't measure it, but I'm pretty sure it looked like the 8.2 inch size. The design looked and felt reminiscent of that device and felt very familiar in the hand. So I'm wondering if that's also part of the VWoods parent company. Also, another thing that makes me think that is I saw their styli, and they have colored ones, but it looks exactly like this new ceramic tip that VWoods pushed out and is now offering for their products, like the large one or the mini as well. They're pushing the AI, translation and transcription and stuff, but my guess is that it's a similar company, just a rebrand of some sort. If you know any more about Cuneflow, let me know down below. You can see they're looking for co-creators, and I'll have to double check. I think it's on Kickstarter coming soon. And then just quickly recapping the Kindle Colorsoft. I stopped by the Amazon booth there. I was able to get an interview with Ginu, one of the product managers who did the artwork for it. I was pretty impressed because the Kaleido 3 based panel they use does remove a lot of that color filter array that you can see very evidently on something like the Note Air 5C here. But I will be getting one of those and do a long-term review of it, so stay tuned for that. I like the size of it, and it had some mindful and thoughtful improvements like the flap and the new premium folio they have. And then there were the fun little things to see, like the little gadgets. For example, the author clock. I had seen a small version, but that looked kind of cool. I believe it tells you either the weather or the hour based on book passages, and it's e-ink, so it has a very long battery life and you need to plug it in. And then there were some cool little gadgets I saw. I don't think they're Spectra 6. I want to say they're probably Spectra 3100 or something like that. But there was one that was cool that was a little battery bank, and it can display an image, and then that can have a little stand too. So it's actually useful. It has MagSafe. It snaps on the back of your phone. You can update it, and then you can also MagSafe charge your phone, or you can plug that in directly with the included little USB-C cable. And then it's kind of cool because if you're not using it, obviously, even if it doesn't have power, it will still statically display that image, and then you could just have that on your desk or something, and it was a neat little product. And then they had, another company had some phone cases that were available for like Samsung phones and iPhones. That I believe connects through NFC, through their app, and you can also display an image like that. And then there are things like little smart tags that can display an image that I saw at the Seek Ink booth, and also some phone cases I think that do have Spectra 6, which I'll get into a little more when I talk about the Inkjoy portion of this video. It was pretty cool to see things like Prism Tech there too. I'll talk about Switchbot a little later because they do have Spectra 6 panels, but one new thing that's coming to the market that I thought was pretty cool was their little weather station. It's kind of something like a terminal. This is just coincidental. It's actually on the weather right now. I have it set to like 5 different cycles. This one is, you know, it gives some advanced weather information, but it's relatively limited in what it can display. This Switchbot weather station was kind of neat because it had very specific weather stuff, everything that you'd want, like including pollen index, for example. So in the spring, I get very allergic, and that's something that, you know, I'll know if I have it on a wall somewhere, I could just quickly glaze at the weather, see the very specific details of the weather, and know if I need to take allergy medicine or something like that. So that was a cool product. That one I think I am interested in, and is something I would use on the daily. Like right now in Boston, it's 15, and you can see it feels like 0. We're preparing for somewhere around a foot to 2 feet of snow here. So it was cool to see those little gadgets and knickknacks here and there. One of the days I was in the Venetian and I was kind of walking through, and there was something that caught my eye. I thought it was Spectra 6 or E Ink, but it turns out it was a reflective LCD. These aren't E Ink, are they? Are they reflective LCD? Yeah. Yes.
He knows more about that stuff.
It does a kind of quick update, like a little, almost like a screen wipe it looked like, but interesting nonetheless. And then unfortunately, I got in touch with Vagard from Remarkable. He was on Reddit and he's getting user feedback from people that own Remarkables and seeing what they can update. So he was really nice and he tried to get me in touch with them, but unfortunately, like the small window I had to meet them, I wasn't able to. So yet again, I missed Remarkable. For those of you that don't know, they were there last year, but they're not in the program guide. I think they were at Showstoppers. This year, they also were not in the program guide. So if anyone from Remarkable's watching, I'd highly recommend advertising more because there was another company, Remarkable, which was like a healthcare startup. And so I went there totally expecting to see the Remarkable people, and then it was just not bad at all. So hey, maybe third time's a charm, and I'll hopefully see them next year there. And then as we now transition into the art or Spectra 6 part of the video, there is a company, IONNYK, that Enrico that works at Inkposter mentioned, and I think it's a company that Pocketbook acquired. I don't know if Pocketbook or Inkposter specifically acquired it, but they're basically all the same thing.
What we can see here, this is IONNYK. Okay. Here we show black and white, and they are focusing on photography. Because here we have a much better resolution because more ink capsules.
And IONNYK is a company I think that's been around for a while because I looked at their YouTube channel and I see videos from like 4+ years ago. Their black and white color tech is really, really good. Like I almost couldn't tell the PPI of it because it was so crisp and sharp. I was showing one of my friends who I went to college with that just happened to be there, and I was showing him like the Inkposter because he's into cars and stuff, and they collabed with Pininfarina. And then I showed him the IONNYK because he is really into photography and he even has like one of those $2,000 camera printers. But I was kind of showing him this because I was like, this is a cool alternative to printing. But then, you know, with the Inkposter, he saw the price and was a little jarred at how much it cost. But the IONNYK is neat for black and white photography. When I showed it to him, he was like, wow, that's a really nice picture. And then he like kind of inspected it. And I told him it was E Ink, and he was like, really? Like, that looks crazy, like, detailed. So their black and white focus is something that looks a lot crisper than Spectra 6, for example. So anyways, yeah, I got this brochure, and they offer a lot of different sizes here that look pretty cool in general. So I'll probably reach out to the company, because I do think there's a merit to black and white photography. It looks good on Spectra 6, but obviously it's going to look better on something that's designed for black and white, where you can get more shades of gray, for example. Pretty interesting, and I thought was kind of a cool acquisition of Pocketbook. And then for the Inkposter, they revealed the world's largest A1 format, which I'd kind of seen a prototype of last year, but this year they have the regular A1 Tele size, and then they have the Duna, which is the Pininfarina collab, which is almost $2,000 more expensive than the A1 size. I've done 2 videos on that already, so I met Enrico there again, and you can see the launch of that here if you want to check that out specifically. As I was walking through the show, there was like little snippets where I just kept catching my eye in the corner, and I saw something that was E Ink, so I would go over there and approach. And one day I went to the Kodak booth, and I was looking at the Charmer specifically because I have a bunch of those and I'm going to review that soon. But a really cool little compact micro camera. It's very nostalgic and kind of that throwback digicam vibe. But anyways, they had a massive wall with their regular art frames, so like traditional LCDs. But then in the corner, I spotted one that I was like, that doesn't look like a normal LCD. That looks like possibly Spectra. So I walked over, talked to some people. They confirmed that it is Spectra 6. So here's a little snippet of me talking to them. And sorry for the bad audio here. I forgot my mic this day, but I'll try to boost the audio levels a little bit. So it looks like you have this 13.3 and then the 28.5.
Yeah. And also we have another size.
Do you have a bigger one as well?
Yeah. Well, the bigger one is 52 inch.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's big. From to be honest, we have from 7 inch, 33 inch, like big one, 22 inch, and 32 and 42 inch.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. So a lot of sizes coming out. You don't have an exact date when they're going to launch, just at some point this year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because 70 inch we have launched already.
Oh, this one right
Yeah.
here?
Yeah,
Okay.
this inch we have
So
launched.
this is out already?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. This one's very thin, right? You get maybe get a shot from the side. Can I lift it a little bit?
Yeah.
Just a shot. So the module looks like it's here, and then the Spectra panel's in here. Can it be horizontal and vertical?
Yeah,
Like that,
can be
and then-
changed,
yeah.
yes.
Okay. Yeah, I cover a lot of ink stuff, so when I saw this, I was immediately
Okay.
interested. They mentioned that the 13 was out on the market already, but I looked on the website, I couldn't find it. It's really interesting because Kodak does have a lot of history with film and digital printing and stuff. So I think this is a cool new entry to the market. I'll try to get a review sample if I can. They're actually even coming out with some larger sizes, so I think they might have an A1. If you know anything more about these Kodak frames, let me know. I will reach out to them and try to get some more information, and if I do find that, I'll post it in the description below. On the Thursday, I stopped by the Bloomin frame. I was able to see Francis, the founder, and give a quick chat with him and see some of their products in real life. I only have a prototype here of the 13-inch panel, but their 28 looked really good, and I liked the thin frame it had around it. And also, it was interesting, their 10-inch did seem to have the wave morph technology that Inkjoy has, where it goes in these waves of pixel updating, so it doesn't do that crazy flashing of Spectra 6. So their 10-inch panel did have that too. I don't think that's out yet, but that will probably be coming. This is from ARPOBot, which makes Bloomin, correct?
Yeah, these are the finalized version. We already shipped them to
Nice, and this is the 28.5?
20.5, which we delayed.
Yeah, okay, nice. So can you tell me a little bit about the launch and everything, and how's that been going?
Yeah, we basically launched our product early last year on Kickstarter in roughly March or April. And
you guys have a very successful campaign.
Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, I shipped one of the prototypes to you. Still got the pre-cut boards. So basically, we finally shipped all these medium frame 13.3 inch to the backers. Yeah, most of them, I guess. At the time, we also had the 7.3 inch, that small one. The small size is now discontinued because we are seeing there are new sizes coming from E Ink, getting prepared for the new.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Nice.
And the 28.4 still need to 3 or 4 months.
So this is still a prototype, correct?
Yeah, this is prototype. I mean, everything like as we said on all our Kickstarter campaigns and also on our website, the whole philosophy for us is to make a modular design. So and make everything, even the app, the software is DIYable. We have RESTful APIs open.
Yeah.
So this one you see, the 28.5, this is already look like how it's being modularized. This is the inner panel. You can start place a frame outside.
Right.
Yeah,
It looks great.
This one doesn't have the white bezels like these ones. Yeah, the matte. Simply put a frame here.
Will the finalized 28.5 not have the matte? Or
Yeah, it will still come with matte, just same as these ones, right? So this one, they still come with matte and the aluminum frame.
Will you guys make a version without the matte, or is that going to be?
Most likely, we're just going to ship everything with the matte. And if you don't like matte, you can just replace it with something else. We try to ship something that's really standard, have everything you have, but you don't like it, you can take it off. Otherwise, it can be hard for you to just add it on later.
Yeah, gotcha. And what do you have? That's a 13.3 too, right?
Yeah, that's 30.2.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
So have you had a chance to walk the show floor here?
Not yet. Yeah, I'm about to do it tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow afternoon when everyone's about to pack up everything, I'm about to take a look.
Nice.
And we also have the 10-inch here.
Oh, you got a 10-inch.
Yeah.
So this is a 200 DPI.
Yeah, 200 PPI here.
Yeah, nice. Let's see, show that. Oh, it's very thin, huh?
Yeah, it's coming out under 2 or 3 months.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, this one's still prototype.
So will you be putting this in a frame, or is it like this? So I actually like it like this.
Oh, see how that's the ripple effect with our logo. The Bloomin logo.
Yeah. And then it's forming the image.
That's far more like visually compelling than the plain paint.
The flashing.
Yeah.
That's cool. And so, how long does this take to? Because those are about like 15 to 20 seconds, right? When they start refreshing. Mm-hmm. Does that one take longer?
Yeah, this one seems less time.
It takes less time? Oh, interesting. Very cool. Yeah, these are nice. So these will be available at some point in the next couple months?
Yeah, Q2 or end of Q1.
Okay. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, it looks great. Cool, man. Well, that's all the questions I had. Anything you'd like to say?
Thanks, everyone. Thanks to our backers. Without every one of them, we would be like here, showing up here in Las Vegas, in the United States.
Definitely.
Yeah,
This is your first show here?
Yeah, first time.
Nice. Well, congrats.
Thanks, man.
Good to meet you, too.
Yeah, good to meet you, man.
And like I mentioned, Switchbot did have Spectra 6 panels there. I have a 13-inch that I'll be reviewing at some point, so I'll link that here when it's done. Yeah, they have some larger sizes too, and some of the smaller 7-inch ones as well. So like I mentioned, the first day I saw Fraimic and I interviewed the founder, Anthony, and then I was able to see their 31.5-inch panel when they were on the main show floor. Then I also got to talk to the CEO of Sungale Electronics. I believe, I remembered that name from somewhere, and I think it was from Aluratech last year. When I exchanged business contacts with them, it kind of rung a bell. But basically what I learned is that Sungale is a US distribution, I believe, and there is a different name in China. I think they're moving a lot of the manufacturing to California because of tariffs and whatnot. So companies like Reflection Frame, Fraimic, and Huessen. Huessen is their own brand of Spectra 6 devices. They supply panels to Reflection Frame and Fraimic, for example, but that is their own internal company. And they had some cool inlays in the actual mats of the ink panels, which I thought looked nice, just so you know how kind of the structuring of these companies works. And then I saw Inkjoy, and I met with Ray Chen, and he explained to me a little bit how the tech works. So this is Dr. Ray Chen, right?
Yes.
And he is the founder of Inkjoy.
Yes.
You used to work at Dasung, correct?
Yeah, I used to work in Dasung. I
Yeah.
used to founded Dasung and the CTO of Dasung.
Yeah.
And I dive into the ink technology for over 12 years. And now I change to area of ink technology with Spectra,
Yeah.
which can make the photo frames to every people's home.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what I want to do. See,
So there.
this is your photo.
He just took this photo of me and then it updated here.
Yeah, I think our algorithm is we have to match things in
Yeah.
the algorithm. So you can see this one. I just take a photo at the Best Buy.
Yeah.
And then I post it here, and then I take another photo.
Yeah, another photo of it.
Yeah, the wood color.
Yeah.
The blue color, and you see.
You can see how it
Yeah.
matches the real life here.
And what's important? This blue are not the pure blue.
Yeah.
Many algorithms they will make many kind of blues just in the same color, but we can see a little details.
Gotcha. Do you have a functioning wave morph tech?
Yes,
Okay.
this one will show the wave morph, but it will change about 1 minute.
Okay. Here's an example of the calendar
Yes.
in demo. So it would be this one, for example. The art calendar mode is that what's showing here, and then it's updating to the moon phase right now.
This is the picture I just showed iPhone 13 from my cat. You can see this panel is 13.3, only 150 ppi. But the fur of my cat is very sharp and very clear.
It does look very good, yeah.
Yeah, you can even notice all the dots here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very good. Looks like Linus is going to be using it here.
Yeah, he used it, but he didn't tell me that he has published the video.
Gotcha.
He published it before the Christmas.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
he then go to the close the holiday.
There we go. So here's Wave Morph starting. Alina, you see how it does it in like a cooler way?
Oh wow.
So now it's generating the image. And someone was telling me only the 10-inch
10-inch,
and the 25 can do it, right?
Also 20,
The
28.
13 can't, right? Because the processor's different.
Yeah, the 13. The panel, it has its own driver.
Yeah.
These
have a special driver.
Yeah, the driver is FPGA.
Okay.
In fact, let's see that panel. That panel called some
it is a
people
panel.
call it the prism.
Prism?
The waveform is a little bit same like the technology there. We drive each pixel at the different phase.
Okay.
Different step. For example, this pixel drive first, and then next,
Yep.
next.
Okay.
And each pixel will drive about 50 seconds.
Yeah.
But in the different step, different phase.
Okay.
So it can change to the different shape while update.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
In fact, the E Ink once he called it the Ripple, but he did not open. Look at that. It is the
Oh,
same.
yeah. So that's Prism you said over there?
Prism, the Thick Ink set over there.
Yeah.
We cooperate with some technology with Thick Ink.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks great.
Changing again.
Nice. And now
The
it's
problem
done.
is how to make it
Yeah.
look elegant.
Right, yeah. Because this, for a lot of people, this could be like kind of a little distracting, right?
Yeah.
Like the flashing and stuff,
Maybe.
like that.
Details about our.
The ISFR.
Yeah, and this is the full texture about ISFR. At first, when the server gets the picture, he will first analyze whether it is a real photo.
Vem aqui.
It will analyze whether it's a real photo or an oil painting or something. If it is a real photo, it will detect whether it's a people
Okay.
or something with pets.
Yeah.
If it is pets, it is real people.
Yeah.
We don't want our skin to be so sharp.
Right. You want it smoother, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The gamut of the ink panel is very limited.
Okay.
So at first, we must do the gamut mapping. We call it the color management to get the richer gamut. If we don't do that, and next some brand do, the gamut will look like this. So it will lose many details about the blue, the green, and the other place.
Okay.
As they lost many gamut, they will use more noisy dots to do this. So this is why our image looks more clear,
Yeah.
more clean.
Yeah, it looks very crisp.
Yeah.
Nice.
And even
now it'll do it's doing a human, right?
yes,
So it'll be smooth skin tones. But then on hair on humans, for example.
we want to make it so sharp because we can. It is very difficult to find the very clear
Yeah.
line.
Yeah, I'm very excited for the Wave Morph tech.
Yes. And the wave morph can also increase the base color. And I just wrote the article on the Reddit. I will send it to you.
Okay, yeah, send it to me. Yeah, it's cool. Does the big panel over there have Wave Morph too?
No,
that's a
this
31.5.
has
31.5, yeah. So the 25 panels, those you don't have here, do you?
Yeah, we don't pick it here.
And this one has the highest DPI, right? It's 200.
The Inkjoy is personalized Inkjoy. We hope every people can enjoy the home, the life, the memory. And so this is why we developed a function called remote sharing, and we are dedicated to the photo algorithm.
Awesome. Well, it's great to meet you. Thanks for showing me the tech and showing me around here.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Let's take a photo together.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So yeah, a lot of E Ink products. It's cool to have gone last year and see with the introduction of Spectra 6 and all these little like new gadgets that are coming to the market, just how much E Ink is changing and how it's becoming more ever present in daily things. Like there are other ones that are retail displayed technologies, And then this one, Pintura, which had a bunch of other things in some of those cases like I was talking about. But I do want to get back to doing proper reviews now. This is probably going to be my last piece of CES content. I was going to do a video of other cool tech I saw there, but that's been covered to death. You know, some standout things like cool laptops with dual screens, expandable screens and all that. I definitely noticed a shift this year where like last year they were starting to talk about AI and whatnot. And this year it was like AI everything. I went to the AMD keynote. So like real talk, for me it's a little conflicting because I'm a PC enthusiast and AI, for example, is consuming massive amounts of electricity, water, RAM, GPUs, things like that. And so if you look at RAM prices now, they're absolutely insane. I went to Micro Center yesterday and it was like $600 or $500 for 2 sticks of 16 gigabyte RAM. So in some senses, like I felt like it's a little contradictory because they're saying AI is like the next best thing since sliced bread and it's going to fix all of our problems, but it's also creating these internal problems. So it felt a little disingenuous for them to be pushing so much AI. Like the AMD keynote, it was 95% about AI. There was even 5 sections, and one section was supposed to be about personal computing. I was like, oh yeah, that's the second section. I'm going to stay for that and then I'm going to leave. I stayed for that, and like they just started it with like a new local AI product on like a PC that you could do. And then even the Sphere, the Lenovo keynote at the Sphere was literally 99% AI, and everyone that came on was talking about AI. And then, you know, Gianni Infantino showed up, and I'm just immediately thinking like, this corrupt guy, like what am I going to learn from him? But my rant's over. You know, I just know next year when I go, it's going to be even more about AI, and that's a little disappointing. It's supposed to be about consumer electronics, right? And AI is not really a consumer electronic. It's something that ends up pushing you away from a lot of consumer electronics, where a lot of companies are providing cloud services and you can do basically everything in the cloud now. And that has very little to do with consumer electronics, in my opinion. Let me know your thoughts, but that was my overall takeaway. But in other news, thank you so much for 10,000 subs. Thank you all so much for viewing. I really appreciate it. It's such a blessing to have this nice outlet to be able to talk about E Ink and just, you know, technology in general. Like I focus on long-term reviews. I just happen to be really into E Ink because it improves my productivity massively. And I also love drawing as well, which E Ink is great for, in my opinion. So if you want to see the Inkposter video, you can check that out here. Or if you want to see my interview with the Kindle Colorsoft product manager, you can check that out here. Anyways, thanks again for watching, and I appreciate all your support.